The Android open-world offline game is a game design where you can explore freely. In a game with this theme, you can do various tasks or just take a walk. Well, in this video, we have summarized several open-world games that can be played offline. This summary also contains several games with a combination of open-world elements with other elements such as action, adventure, and so on. Here are 10 best offline Android open-world games in 2021. Rage City is a game that allows you to explore a city in the game. Even though the graphic presentation is arguably still not perfect, this game might be an alternative for those of you who like GTA games. Apart from playing by exploring, in this game you can also carry out various missions using several unlockable characters. To make traveling easier, you can also drive a number of cars. Apart from vehicles, there are also a variety of weapons that you can get. Even though it is quite interesting, this game still has a number of drawbacks, including the control section. But even so, the potential of this game looks quite promising. As the title implies, this game is a parody of a superhero game called Power Spider. The game in this game takes place in a fairly wide world. The world is filled with criminal gangsters and mafia bosses. As a player, you will play a character with the appearance and abilities similar to Spider-Man. In the game, there are a number of missions that you can complete, such as doing battles and so on. Apart from completing missions, you can also walk around freely. To explore the city, you can hang on the various buildings that are scattered throughout the city. Guns and Spurs 2 is an offline open-world Android game that you might like if you like cowboy-themed games. This game will take you to play the figure of a bounty hunter named Jack Lane. He has just come to a new city to get a better life. The game itself will be done by catching criminals. Each of the criminals has a certain bounty. While doing this adventure, you will be presented with a number of battles against groups of criminals. You can explore the world in this game freely without having to focus on the mission. Apart from that, there is also a horse which can be used to make exploring easier. If you have played a game called the Slayer RPG, now this game is a continuation of the first series. Unlike the first series, the gameplay in this game is done in an open world that you can freely explore. The game itself will be done with a hack-and-slash gameplay mechanism. To open various regions, you are required to finish off enemies or complete a number of missions. You can do a number of improvements to make it easier to finish off the enemy. Conceptually, this game actually has a pretty interesting concept, but unfortunately, there are still a number of shortcomings that you will encounter. In addition, this game will feel a little confusing when you first play it. If you want an open-world game with a game concept like the GTA game, maybe you can try this one game. Go to Car Driving 3 is an open-world game with quite a lot of features. In the game, you can do various things, from completing various missions, visiting the gym, playing in an amusement park, and so on. To take a walk, you can use a number of vehicles. Even this game also allows you to use drones or helicopters. Although this game can be said to have a number of shortcomings, it is still quite interesting to try. Operation Virus is an FPS game which is also combined with open-world elements. As a game for mobile devices, this game has a pretty slick presentation quality. Both the environment, the characters, and the battle effects can be displayed in detail. That way, Operation Virus certainly requires a cell phone with high specifications in order to play smoothly. The gameplay of this game itself will take you to play in an endless game mechanism. The game will be played in a fairly wide world. As the title implies, the battle that you will do is to eradicate every virus. Later you will be equipped with futuristic weapons. This game requires players to keep moving and not focusing in just one place in order to last as long as possible. Even though it looks promising, the performance of this game is still not optimal. Presenting a game with a beautifully displayed world design, Flight the Valley is one game with a fairly unique game mechanism. This game focuses on providing relaxation to players while the game is ongoing. The concept of this game itself is actually quite simple. You will control a crow and explore various places. Later, you too can turn into a monk in your exploration. The setting of this game takes on a natural setting in Nepal. Because it focuses on relaxation, you will also be presented with quite calm music throughout the game. In addition, the presence of dynamic changes in time and weather certainly makes the exploration not boring quickly. Well, this game will be suitable if you are the type of player who doesn't really like action or puzzle elements. Well, the first tree actually focuses more on adventure gameplay rather than open world. But even so, in the adventure this game presents a world that is quite wide. You can explore this world freely. What's interesting about this game is the presence of two stories that are presented in parallel. The first story is about a fox's struggle to find her lost family. At the same time, you will also follow the narrative of a child's story. The child's story reconnects with his estranged father in Alaska. You can find the story of this game along the way. The exploration itself will be carried out by playing the fox character. You are required to explore various regions. The goal is to find various artifacts that are useful to continue the storyline. In addition to presenting a story and various worlds to explore, this game is also presented with elements of a puzzle, platformer, and focuses on story and exploration. The next best offline Android open-world game is one of the driving simulation games with features that are quite complete. Driving School itself is a game series that has released several series in the last few years. Now is the newest series. This game has a number of updates and improvements including graphic presentation, car crash effects, to better weather conditions. You can do the game itself by completing 80 challenging levels. In addition, this game also provides a number of other game modes including race and freeride modes. In freeride mode, you can explore the world however you like. As for cars, this game provides more than 100 cars which you can later unlock and collect. As one of the games that comes with an open-world feature, totally reliable delivery service is certainly a game that cannot be missed. The reason is, this game comes with an interesting game concept. As the title suggests, in this game you will act as a shipping agent. Well, not only does it work by completing tasks, this game also allows you to rest and play the various features provided. You can take a walk by exploring various corners of the city. Interestingly, this game provides quite a number of vehicles that can be used, ranging from vehicles on paved roads, vehicles in water, and air vehicles. Apart from coming up with a unique concept, the presentation and physics of the characters are also able to make this game more interesting to play.